Eh, pues mi nombre es el ingeniero Ismael Vázquez, trabajo con la empresa Carmelo. eh, y entonces hoy vamos a hablar sobre los productos de reparaciones que estamos fabricando. Carmelo lleva en la industria desde 1955. Estamos haciendo bloques, tenemos 4 canteras en Puerto Rico y hemos desarrollado los diferentes materiales, ¿verdad? Tenemos los Structural Concrete Insulated Panel desde Mississippi, que tenemos una fábrica allá, para hacer casas. Y, y también pues manufacturamos muchos morteros y adhesivos, ¿verdad? Y para eso es que estamos durante el día de hoy en vivo acá en Facebook y en Zoom. Y esta es la familia de morteros que tenemos en Carmelo, desde pegas para pegarle losetas, lechadas, concreto, que viene siendo el Easy Mix, eh, autonivelantes, sistemas para repellar, ¿verdad? Paredes, empañetar, ¿verdad? En otros sitios le llaman así. Este, y también tenemos para impermeabilizar y hacer la superficie más fina, ¿verdad? Morteros estructurales con inhibidores de corrosión. Y eso es lo que vamos a hablar un poco en detalle durante el día de hoy. Pero antes de empezar de hablar de materiales, a mí me gusta hablar sobre cómo hacer las preparaciones. Y entonces, el International Concrete Repair Institute, ¿verdad? Es una organización donde ellos tienen guías y métodos para hacer estas reparaciones. Si pueden entrar por Google a esa organización, pues pueden ver todas las herramientas que ellos tienen. Pero en esta guía, que es la 03732, que es la guía que te especifica cuál es el perfil que necesitas desde un sellador hasta un mortero con polímeros, que son los que tenemos nosotros desde o un concreto o un autonivelante desde un cuarto de pulgada para arriba, ¿verdad? Y cuáles son los concrete surface preparation o profile, el perfil que tú necesitas. Más o menos nosotros estamos entre 5 6 7 8 por ahí, más o menos, ¿verdad? Y entonces también te dan una guía, el ICRI, de cómo hacer esa preparación, ¿verdad? Los diferentes tipos de equipos, ¿verdad? Si quieres, por ejemplo, lo más que se utiliza por ahí, por ejemplo, para las autonivelantes o hacer preparaciones así industriales en almacén y cosas así, pues se usan eh, pulidoras, ¿verdad? Le llaman grinders. Ahí el máximo puede tener CSP3, pero se han desarrollado diferentes tipos de discos de diamante hoy en día que también puedes conseguir uno de 4 a 5 por ahí, con esos discos. También otro favorito de la industria es el shot blasting. Eso es una máquina que te tira bolines y te abre la porosidad. Sin embargo, esa máquina puedes hacer un perfil desde 2 hasta 9, o sea que es bien versátil y mayormente para áreas grandes. Tú estás haciendo tiros de 10.000, 30.000, hasta 60.000 pies cuadrados. Un equipo como este es más práctico para utilizar y de acuerdo, ¿verdad?, a lo que estás aplicando. También de las calificadoras, pues se utiliza mucho también, esa tiene dientes o unas estrellitas que van haciendo líneas en el concreto existente. Y entonces, y te puede crear un perfil, ¿verdad? Desde 5 hasta más o menos 10. O sea que no se pueden dormir con esa máquina en un solo sitio, tienen que ir caminando con esa máquina porque si no te va a hacer un hueco en el área, ¿verdad? Y eso no lo quiere. O sea que y aquí un ejemplo de lo que son los discos de diamante con una pulidora. Viene con una copa, ¿verdad? Con diferentes segmentos de diamante y puede ver aquí en mano izquierda y conseguir ese surface profile desde 1 hasta 3. Para áreas grandes, ¿verdad? Pues puedes utilizar una máquina como esta, más grande, donde no, que tienen estas copas o discos de diamante por debajo y están preparando esa superficie. ¿Sí? Lo bueno que tiene estas máquinas grandes que puedes conectarlo a un vacuum cleaner y por lo tanto en áreas pues para que no se cree mucho polvo. Entonces, este es el otro equipo que a mí me encanta también en la industria, la está usando muchísimo en lo que es el shot blasting. Y esta es la máquina que tira los bolines de acero y va abriendo la superficie. Este equipo es menos dañino que una escarificadora. Eh, y entonces, por eso es que se utiliza muchísimo, que no te crea una micro grieta en la superficie, ¿verdad? Y por lo tanto vas a tener una superficie más abierta en los poros y no vas a tener muchas grietas, esas microgrietas que se ponen con clarificadoras o otros equipos. Y puedes ver también se conecta a un vacuum cleaner, una aspiradora, para no crear polvo en el área. O sea que puedes ver la diferencia cuando cómo va pasando la máquina. Este, y por detrás, pues, van recogiendo los bolines sueltos con un imán y un carrito, ¿verdad? O sea que eso es bien importante, tener una buena preparación antes de utilizar estos morteros que les vamos a explicar ahora mismo para hacer las reparaciones. Otra guía bien importante que es esta del ICRI, la 03730. Y esto es cómo vamos a hacer las configuraciones. Generalmente las configuraciones las queremos cuadradas. Vamos a cortar cuadrados bajando casi media pulgada, ¿verdad? Hacia adentro y creando unas paredes a 90 grados, ¿verdad? Desde la superficie, para que entonces ese parcho sea confinado, ¿verdad? Ese mortero que estás reparando esté confinado y no se salga fácil, ¿verdad? Esa es la idea de utilizar esto. Entonces, pues, puedes conseguir esa información con la guía 3730 del ICRI. En cuanto a los equipos que utilizamos, pues, necesitamos unos taladros, ¿verdad? Fuertes, que sean para mortero, no es cualquier taladro. Generalmente que sea más de 500 revoluciones o más, revoluciones por minuto, para que mezcle bien esos morteros y requerimos que más o menos mínimo lo mezclen por lo menos 3 minutos. ¿Ok? Las aspas, pues vienen diferentes tipos de aspas como esta, que este, son cuadradas, ¿verdad? A veces tienen un solo eje o dos ejes cuadrados. Y también vienen redondas que se utilizan también para los autonivelantes. O sea que puede hacer mezclas manuales, ¿verdad? En una paila de 5 galones, puedes mezclar un saco, ¿verdad? Y aplicar el agua. Generalmente los morteros de nosotros se utiliza alrededor de 1 galón, 3,90 a 1 galón de agua más o menos utilizan casi la mayoría de estos morteros. Y en la industria se pueden conseguir estos drones grandes, ¿verdad? Los portamix, donde ya tiene el taladro y ya tiene unas eh, ruedas donde puedes mezclar y llevarlo al sitio más fácil, ¿verdad? Esa es la idea. Que, de nuevo, queremos cuando estés aplicando que no hayan juntas frías, cuando se estén aplicando, por ejemplo, autonivelantes. Eh, y otro equipo que utilizamos, esta la representa Carmelo también, tanto en Estados Unidos como en Puerto Rico, es la Monomix. Esto es un equipo excelente porque arriba, pues, este, so this is the Monomix. We use this as to mix, let's say, mortars, self-leveling on the laments, and also topping. We can use it as for the structural mortars as well, for the 4,000 psi mortars. And the great thing is that you can break this on the hopper on the top, and then it has a rotor, but it will mix with the water, and then we will connect about a 30-foot hose or two. You can also add two hoses, and and then you can also either do the self-leveling with it, or you can also add um, a sprayer on the end of this hose, and you can also spray the mortar on the walls or underneath the ceiling as well, uh, to do the repairs. I mean, you can mix at least let's say about 60 bags in an hour with this machine. It's a single phase machine, so it's so that voltage, 220 voltage, is something that can be available in project. Or if not, then you would need to get a generator. Let's say about 10 kilowatts will move this machine as well. Okay. So another machines that we have is the D30. And this machine, with this machine, you can mix you can mix let's say the concrete, right? And that would be the EC mixes. Those that have aggregate, we'll mix this. You can mix it with this machine. So anything that has a bigger aggregate, uh, up to let's say 3/16 of an inch, you can use this machine. This one is a three-phase machine where again you're going to need about 16,000 kilowatts to move it. Okay, so and with that with the D30, you can use this pump machine, the P50, and again you can mix concrete with it. Three again with not bigger of like an aggregate of 3/16 of an inch. You can also do self-leveling with it as well. But again, this machine is a three-phase machine. So with the D30 you can mix it, but this machine, the mixer pump, is just a pump that you can uh, let's say shoot it, let's say with a hose about let's say 30 to 60 feet. Okay. So now, yeah, now you heard about, the preparation, the tools. So let's get into the materials that Carmelo has for horizontal repairs. We have several materials there, and I'm going to go try to explain them one by one, what they do each, right? We have the Easy Mix concrete. And again, this is a concrete with negative, negative about 3/16 of an inch. It comes regular, concrete color, natural gray. And also we have like 5 different colors as well. Um, then we also have the Easy Mix 5000 MA, which is that we add a middle additive to get early strengths. Let's say you need 4,500 PSI in 14 days. This is the product for that. Um, and we also have the Flowable Concrete 7000, which is a self-compacting concrete. And this one is very flowable. You can get it spread about 32 inches. Then we also have the self-leveling underlayment. Uh, then, and as the word says, you're going to cover it either with an epoxy coating, or let's say tiles or vinyl, or uh, so and we'll talk a little bit on the details of that material as well. Then we also have a fast level topping, right? Which is also self-leveling, but this would be like a finished product that you can, let's say, do polishing on it, polish concrete as well, and or you can use flakes on it, and I'll show you some projects that we have done with that. So let's start with the Carmelo Easy Mix concrete. Um, Again, it's a 3,000 psi concrete, and it's all you have to add is just a gallon of water, and all of our mortars and concrete that we make in Carmelo, they have fiber in it, and so that will help you with the shrinkage cracking as well. So you would use this for, let's say, pavements, sidewalks, curbs, gutter repairs, steps, ramps, walkways as well, uh, footings, swimming pools. You can use it. Um, you can also do the concrete footings, beams, and columns with it. But again, this is just 3,000 psi. If you need more on those columns and beams, 4,000, 5,000, then you have to go up with the Easy Mix 5000 for that one. And we provide up to 5 colors with this material. The uniqueness of this Easy Mix, right, is that it's slip resistant, right? So you can use it in ramps, sidewalks where you want an exposed aggregate. So how do we get that exposed aggregate is by let's say you pour the concrete, right? Let's say you're doing a sidewalk, you pour the concrete there and you screed it, and then you have like, let's say, from half an hour to 45 minutes. Then with a garden hose, you're going to spray over the surface, right? A light spray, and you're going to take out all the paste. then you're gonna have some exposed aggregate. Then the neat thing about this product is it's this aggregate is all the same size, so you're gonna have a very uniform surface on it. So so again, you're gonna leave it exposed so you can have it let's say slip resistant. Okay. And so they do come in these terracotta, marble, brown, gray, yellow, and natural concrete color. So this is about, you can see there on the picture, you can see how would be the surface of this exposed aggregate with the color as well. Again, they come in 50-pound bags. So one bag will cover about 0.40 square cubic feet. So this is a parking deck that we were repairing, right? And so they wanted to resurface the area. You can go from, let's say, 3/8 to ½ inch to all the way up to 6 inches with this product. Okay, so you can level everything, and then you can see here that here they were putting a let's say a traffic membrane. This is a polyurethane traffic membrane. So these the manufacturers of these uh, traffic membrane, they want 4,000 psi. So in areas where they're using these traffic membranes, you can use the Easy Mix 5,000 MA. Now this 5,000 MA, will you can get up to, let's say 4,500 psi in about 14 days. So that means you can shot blast it in 2 weeks, and then it'll be ready to top it with the polyurethane traffic membrane, or whatever you want to top it with, or seal it. This is another job we did. If you can see the photo on the right, we did a waterproofing underneath. Then we used the Easy Mix MA because we wanted the water to go out as quick as possible. We didn't want to wait 28 days. So that's why we used the 5,000 MA, which is a mineral additive. That means that MA there, where we can help the product, let's say, do and accelerate, let's say, the PSI on this concrete. This building, we did it. We also did the interior as well. We did 2 floors and also the balcony with the Easy Mix 3,000 and the 5,000, right? And so Carmelo also has a fast set level mortar. This is a self-leveling. I really like this product. I mean, because it just levels the let's say the slab inside buildings and also outside building. We have even used it on roofs or balconies or terraces. Okay, and this facet level mortar, um, again, you're gonna get like let's say almost 3,000 in 24 hours, 3,000 psi, but in 28 days this product will have 4,000 psi. Um, and so you can, it has a workability, let's say about 25 to a half an hour. So but when you're putting or placing, let's say self-leveling, you want to go wet on wet, right? So you don't have any joints. So you really have to have a good crew of 5, 6 people moving around with the product. You know, go get somebody in the mixing station, you know, mixing, and then somebody carrying the material to the area, making a fine line with the self-leveling, and then somebody using the a leveler or screeder with where or a gauge rake, let's say, where you can put it up to minimum you want with this product is about a 1/4 inch. So you got to go a 1/4 inch or above so it can really level. Okay. And that, or let's say at a 1/4 inch, you'll get about 22 square feet per bag per every 50 pounds. So in 4 hours, you can literally walk over the surface. I mean, you cannot use any wheeled carts or anything over it, but you can walk over it in 4 hours, right? If you're going to seal it, let's say with an epoxy, I would wait, let's say a week, just to make sure that all the water inside this material is all gone, and if you're going to use a clear sealer or something like that, and then you should wait at least a week to cover it. Okay? And you know, the way we're seeing people using it out there, you can either use an acrylic primer first, or you can use a vapor barrier before using this product, or you can use epoxy and broadcast sand over the existing concrete, so you have a better bite, and then that will anchor this material to the surface. Now this product has a lot of polymer, so it really sticks to the concrete as well. Um, so this is a project that we did. These were exterior halls we did for a school, and so they prepared the surface with a grinder. Okay, and here you can see the monomix. We stationed it on the first floor, and we did the second floor of the hallway of that school with the machine on the first floor, right? We connected a 60-foot hose on it. So from this area, you just break the bags in there. You're connected to the hose with water. You adjust the mix, and then with the 60-foot hose, you're going to be placing. I'm going to show you some pictures on that. You can be placing the material. So here you have an after mixer. This blue pipe here is an after mixer, and that really breaks out any aggregate that's clumped together. Um, then once you place the material, you'll use a gauge rake. Say you want a 1/4 inch or 3/8 or 1/2 inch. So you set up the gauge to that. You can also use a leveler to take out any, let's say, transitions as well. And then you can also use a porcupine roller, as you can see here on the left, where you can take out all the bubbles and help it also the leveling of the material. And that's when you notice if you need more or less material on some areas as well. Here we did a flakes, vinyl flakes over the surface, and you can see how nice this surface came out with the flakes, right? And then they sealed it with you can either use a chemical resistant urethane so it doesn't get yellow on the exterior, or a polyaspartic coating as well. And then you'll have this nice, beautiful floor. After we did this job, I mean, we got 4 additional schools that wanted the same hallways as well. Then this one is a very interesting product. It's a self-leveling underlayment, and this one has like 7,000 psi in 28 days. Um, and this one we usually use it underneath, let's say tiles, or let's say an epoxy that you want to put an epoxy coating over it. Uh, so, or let's say you want to put a carpet or rug on it. I mean, uh, again, it's all only used in the interior. The FS level mortar that we just discussed, you can use it in interior to exterior, but this one you can only use it in interior of buildings. Okay, but it'll do the same about say about saying when you want to level it, and it has about the same workability, about 25 minutes to a half an hour. So you again, once you're starting to pour material, you want it to go wet on wet. So the amount of water is about almost from 3/4 of a gallon to a gallon, okay, to get that flow. And then you'll mix it for about 3 minutes. And once you finish that mixing it, then you just take it to your area and apply it. Okay. So this is a project here. Here they use a vapor barrier. Again, you got to make sure that you do your vapor transmission testing before you place either an underlayment or you're putting, let's say, an epoxy. So it's very important that you do those testing first, either with a calcium chloride or in situ test. I can get you more information on those if you write to us or call us. But here they used a vapor barrier, epoxy. Then they placed the underlayment, and then over this they did an epoxy floor with flakes. This was an operation room, so they call it a clean room. Okay. Now let's talk about formworks, right? Now you're going to be using forms, and you want to know what Carmelo has to for whenever you're using forms. So we have the Easy Mix again with the colors. You can also use the Easy Mix 5000 MA, that has the high resistance at early stage. Um, so let's say you get 4,500 psi at let's say 14 days. Then also you can also use the Flowable Concrete 7000. This one again has high resistance and at early stage. Uh, or you can use the Complete Mix Concrete Repair Mortar as well, okay, for those type of work. Okay, and here they did the stairs with the Easy Mix MA, right? They formed it and they fixed all the top of the stairs. Okay. Here with the Carmelo Fobo Concrete 7000, you can see the spread 32 inches. Look how this product flows, you know. So if let's say you're forming, let's say uh, a wall where it has honeycombs, right? And you want to fill some areas, you can form it and then fill the those forms with this product. Again, you can use it either horizontal, you can use it either formed. Again, look how many psi in one day. You got 2,500 psi, 3 days, 5,000 psi. 28-day has 6,500 psi. So, and the good part about this product is that it's the length change of 0.09 or less. So using the ASTM 157, that's something that you want where you got low shrinkage in mortars or in a concrete as well as this one. Okay. So so then in vertical or overhead, you can use these products. You got the structural mortar mix 4000, and and it also comes in a version of 6000. Okay. Um, and then you can also use the corrosion inhibitor repair mortar. Um, we can also use this one. This one comes in pails and in 1 gallons, and you can also coat the rebars with this product before you put the rest of the structural mortar or the corrosion inhibitor repair mortar. So we have this version of the corrosion inhibitor repair mortar. That one you can just use up to a half inch over the rebar, okay, like if you were plastering. But then if let's say you have a condition that the rebar is took let's say about an inch and a half to 2 inches of your concrete, then you need a structural mortar like this 4,000 or 6,000 psi structural mortar with the corrosion inhibitor. Okay. And then we also have the complete mix where you can add aggregate to it. Uh, we also have the hydro plug cement, which we'll discuss in details. And we also have a permeable mortar for some walls and areas where you want to be, where you want that mortar more permeable or waterproof, let's say. So let's start with the Carmelo corrosion inhibitor repair mortar. This one comes in pails, okay? Um, and all you need is just to add water. This product has a migrating corrosion inhibitor. So that will protect your, wherever you're putting a patch underneath, let's say a ceiling or a wall, that corrosion inhibitor will penetrate and get to the rebar and protect it, right? Um, so this product will extend the life of any reinforced concrete structure, right? Um, so you'll use this to repair beams and columns and repair piles as well, bridge piles. Uh, but this one, the corrosion inhibitor repair mortar, we have this one, the one that comes in pails. This one is about 3,000 psi. Okay, so you got to take that into account before putting it on a beam or let's say on a column, right? You need at least 4,000 psi. Then we have the structural one. Okay. So again, this will protect all your structure. It could be a ceiling, it could be a wall, something on the outside. Uh, and again, this one has 1,800 psi. So that we usually use this again as a plastering mortar over the rebar, something like that there. So let's say if you have a something very structural where you're replacing the concrete behind the rebar, then you need to use a 4,000 or 6,000 psi concrete, and again, all you need to use is water with these mortars. It's about a gallon for every bag, and the coverage again is about 0.45 cubic feet per bag. And the neat part about using these structural mortars with corrosion inhibitor is that you can use the monomix to spray the mortar underneath, let's say, a ceiling or on a wall where you're doing the repair. Okay, so you either do it by hand or with a mixer, or you can use this pump, right? And that mixes it and also sprays it as well. Okay, so here you can have extreme cases where you have lost a lot of the concrete on that slab, right? But this has to be checked by a structural engineer, making sure that you have the diameter, sufficient diameter on that rebar before you continue to do the repair, right? So that has to be consulted with a structural engineer before you take a job like this and start fixing it. So so here you would, let's say, clean all around the rebar, and you can also use the corrosion inhibitor, our mortar corrosion inhibitor, to paint the rebar first, and then apply the structural mortar over it. Okay, and then this is how that ceiling would look, right? You just would finish with the structural mortar. Here are jobs that we have done in parking decks as well, on precast beams and shells like these, where they clean the rebar, they painted it and with our system, and then they use the structural mortar over it. Okay? And this is how it would finish. So So again, if you're using let's say that your repair is over, let's say, an inch and a half, 2 inches, and you're replacing that existing concrete, you need to put a structural mortar like this one, 4,000 psi, uh, eh, and the complete mix mortar. Uh, the neat part about this product is that you can add aggregate to it, right? So if let's say you have a core, let's say from 2 to 6 inches, you can add from 10 pounds to 25 pounds of a 3/8 of an inch saturated surface dry aggregate per bag. So you'll with that aggregate, you'll have more volume of material, right? And the neat part about this product is that, again, you have low shrinkage, measured with ASTM C157, modified of less than 0.9%. And again, that's what you want in a structural mortar, less than 0.10. This is a job we did in San Juan, where they had a lot of spalling on this building, and they did a great job squaring off all the areas, cleaning off all the rebar. They did use an epoxy as an adhesive before putting our mortar on this job. And here you see on the right, you can see the final product. Yeah, we had to match the color of the building. I mean, this is it wasn't just regular let's say gray concrete. So we had to match the color and also use the pea gravel that to match the what was existing. This was done like with bush hammering, so that they had an exposed surface on this building. Then we have the Carmelo hydro plug cement. Um, and again, we see a lot of application for this product. It requires about 5,000 psi in 24 hours. And so you would use it, let's say, for sealing active leaks, okay, in the concrete, or you can anchor some rods as well, or pipes as well. Um, and so the material once you mix it with water, it starts heating up, right? And so you make a ball of that material like a Play-Doh ball, and once you mix it, you got to make sure that you have uh, uh, plastic gloves, thick plastic gloves, and then you make a ball, and then you put it on the area and fix the area. Sorry. So so you can fix up to 1 inch, let's say, of gushing water with this material. You can fix elevator shaft, ducts, sewers, tunnels, foundations, storm drains, basements with it. Wherever you have active leaks, that's where you want to use this. They were repairing it. And again, this material needs to be confined. It's not like you want to use it as a topping, but it has to be confined in a hole or a crack. Okay, and that's how I was explaining, right? You wear gloves, and this material is going to heat up, so you really should be using thick gloves. You make a ball, and then you can stick that ball into the hole, and then the material starts expanding with the water that's gushing out, and then you would shave the excess material uh, and finish it. Then, last but not least, we also have the Carmelo impermeable mortar finish. Then, if you want to waterproof some areas, you can use this materials in walls. And again, it's made of additives, cement. Again, we also have fiber in there, and so we have good ingredients to make this product more permeable, let's say. So it provides a moisture resistant finish, combines ease of mixing, and it has an excellent performance. Okay, so here you would use this product for foundation waterproofing, underground tunnels, basement walls, elevator shaft, again, walls facing the ground or soil, garage closets, wall near slopes, bathrooms, wine cellars, and among others. So if you have any questions reference to these materials I have just discussed, we can go to the questions section right now, and you can open your mic and see if I can answer those questions for you.
Your waterproofing cement is, can I use that in like a shower area in a bathroom?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can use it for that. Yes,
Like
before putting your.
how thick does it have to be? Like, do I have to, when I'm casting, because I want to have a complete concrete floor, but I don't want to waterproof. I guess I could make it all a water closet, but what is the minimum thickness required for a good bond to concrete? Will it bond to
Yeah,
cured
yeah.
concrete?
Yes, it bonds to cured concrete, at least a half an inch.
And is it like a really
I
liquid?
mean, sorry, not half inch. At least an eighth of an inch. You can
Yeah.
put with this material. Sorry.
So you would actually get the taper you want towards the drain and then just kind of put a 1/8 coating of this over top.
Right. You can go. Yeah. No, exactly. But minimum an eighth of an inch, and then go up.
Okay. And do you have any places in Canada where a person can purchase this your material?
Oh, not now. Right now, I mean, our plan is in Mississippi. We can make it there. We probably could ship it to Canada, right, from Mississippi.
Right, right.
Um, but our plant there uh, can make it as well. Yes.
Any of these mortars, are they, I know you guys sell those skip panels. Can you use any of the products you mentioned today to construct a skip building with those with that concrete?
No. Yeah, we use the structural mortar 4,000. That's our requirements for skip buildings.
Uh-huh.
So yes, we use the structural mortar. Yeah, 4,000 psi minimum
And
for.
can that be applied like instead of shotcrete? Could you apply it like with a, if you put a form around the panel?
Um, instead of using shotcrete, you want to form it?
Yes.
Yes, we can. I have people that doing it with precast, either precast elements or also cast in place as well. So, but they're using a more flowable mix, like our flowable 7,000 mix. That has a spread like. I mean, that's too much, right? But at least you have, if you get like, let's say 10 inch slump, it's good, to have it in between your form and the panels, yes. But they have done it. They use some plastic spacers, then they put the forms, and the minimum requirement from over the mesh is about 3/4 of an inch.
Right, right. And but so it's obviously have a high water content. How is that going to react like for strength of the concrete?
Well, you have to use a design that's flowable, but it won't you won't in minimum 4,000 psi will for that design. Yeah.
No, I realize that, but in the Canadian climate, we get minus 30, minus 40 degrees, and will it have
Oh,
the
I mean,
strength?
yeah, you gotta. I mean, for this concrete, well, it's like over let's say 50 degrees,
No,
Fahrenheit.
I mean, but after it's hardened, after 28 days, I realize
Okay.
it's going to be warm when we pour it, but what is the um like I saw spalling of concrete there in some of your pictures, and that's in a warm climate. Well, you can
Mhm.
imagine if the water gets into this concrete and it gets minus
Mhm.
40, we're going to have some issues, right?
No, no, no. Once it's set, that all the water that's inside that mix will evaporate, and it's like concrete. Um, one I mean, sometimes you make a water cement ratio about 0.70, and all you need is about 0.25, 0.30 in that mix so that it hydrates all the particles of the cement. So it's the same mechanism, like.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, I've been maybe studying too much on it, but they talk about bubble structure and
Hmm, hmm.
the grain structure of the concrete, and the
Mhm.
more water you have when you pour concrete, you get
Yep.
a weaker structure,
Right.
right?
So you would do you would use admixtures to get that flow
Ah,
in the
okay.
concrete and not water. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah. What about you know, can you with your admixtures add like you're talking about the waterproofing? Is that something you could put in the same into the same concrete for the skip panel so that we can have a waterproof outer shell on the house, on the
Uh,
building?
we could, but we haven't done it. I mean, because usually what that product, the waterproofing is just to add additional waterproofing to your structures
Right.
once they're built. Yeah, but
Right. What
but
is what kind of ratio of waterproofing does that give you? Does it give you like 50%, 90%? What was the, you know, like it's obviously still going to absorb some water.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say, let's say, like if you're adding, let's say, an additional 3/4 of an inch uh, of concrete in your surface. That's what these waterproofing systems do. You know, our brand or somebody else's. That's what they say. You know, it's like adding uh, like a 3/4 inch uh, mortar on it with just
So,
let's say an eighth of an inch. Yep.
so with 1/8 of an inch, it's like adding 3/4 of an inch of concrete.
Right. Right. Right.
So what would that be? I guess that would be like maybe like 70% waterproofing kind of thing.
Mm, I haven't measured it that way. I mean, that's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to monopolize this conversation. Maybe somebody else
sure.
has some questions too.
But
Thank.
yeah, if you're interested on the skip panels, yeah, give me a call and we can hook you up with Scott Miller. He's in Florida and he's taking care of all the states and also Canada as well. And
Yeah, I've talked with Scott lots actually, and but I'm just interested. I'm still a lot of problems with concrete and cold weather, so that's
yeah,
which,
yeah,
which you guys don't really experience down there. But
yeah.
yeah. So well, thank you again for your time. Really appreciate it.
All right, sure. Cool. Thank you. Well, I really appreciate your time and yeah, this video will be on YouTube and also on our website as well. If you want to hear it and go over it as well. And if you need any additional information, data sheets, you can go to our website at carmelo.com and get it. They're mainly in English, these data sheets. And hope you had a great time. Uh, and we'll be talking to you later. Thank you very much for your assistance.